Hello and welcome back to another Thought for the Week. Thank you so much for coming back to join us. We are super excited that you're here.
As you may or may not know, last Friday, the 23rd, was World Book Night. So we thought it would be great to spend some time thinking about stories today. Not just the stories we read in books, but our own stories.
There is a Japanese art form called kintsugi. It's the art of putting broken pottery pieces back together with gold, built on the idea that in embracing flaws and imperfections, you can create an even stronger, more beautiful piece of art. Now you might be thinking, what does kintsugi have to do with stories? Well, the whole point of kintsugi is to show the life of a piece of pottery. It is literally showing a story.
The stories in our lives can be really powerful too. In fact, they can even be beautiful. Even if our lives aren't perfect, even though we might have gone through difficult things, these stories, they can help us grow and develop. And actually, we can sometimes even use them to help others too. In the Bible, we see how stories are powerful too. In fact, if you talk to a Christian, they might share a testimony, which is basically a story of how God has changed or been involved in their life. And we find this in the Bible too. In fact, there's a guy called Paul in the Bible, and originally he hated Christians. But God worked in his life and he changed. He became a Christian. And he didn't shy away from the fact that this is something that happened in his life, that he'd gone from hating Christians to being one. In fact, he used this story to share what God had done in his life with others. He didn't shy away from the fact that part of his story was difficult and tough. He didn't shy away from the fact that he'd made mistakes in the past. In fact, he used this to encourage other Christians. He used these stories to share God's word more with other people. I think that's pretty powerful.
For this past year, we've all been living in our own little bubbles, as it were, and I'm sure you've all had lots of different experiences and you might even have some stories to tell. So now you're back at school, back with your friends, why not share those stories? Whether that's with your friendship group, whether that's for a teacher or a family member, whoever it may be, share those stories, as you never know what those conversations might bring.
We hope you have an amazing week and we'll see you again soon.